Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to revisit one of my favorite champions in the game, Guardian. I immediately placed him in the top shelf designation, which is my highest ranking tier available. And I've begun to wonder, did I do that too early? Was I too excited? I had all the major content in the game done by the time I got him, and I've just not seen him brought to war. I realize he's just now getting back into the 5-star crystal, and of course he's in the featured 6. So it makes a little bit of sense that maybe we're not seeing him being used yet because maybe not that many folks have him. Well, I've got the benefit. I have the benefit of being able to take him into war lately, of seeing what he can do and be just absolutely blown away and impressed in that he can do all the things I thought he could and even more. We're going to take a look at 4 fights, all master tier level, tier 1 level fights, and I'm going to show you some of the absolutely great uses for him, and one where he's great, but you're going to watch out for this. Do not make this mistake, and you'll make sure you get that solo. All right, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you catch all the content, and let's get to the show. This first fight we're going to take here is this EMP modification with the Burden of Might against this Havoc. Now, Havoc can be very difficult, right? I've recently learned the reparry and I've got that down and it makes it a little easier. That being said, you do have sometimes issues if he's coming in with the double medium. So initially, right away, we're already showing that the ability to parry non-contact hits is just making sure that you are keeping Havoc on your side of the map. Additionally, you see the passive shock damage being done. Well, the passive shock on Guardian, but there's no damage being done. At max sig 200, his energy resistance gets all the way up to 8,591. That's why there's so little damage being done, if any at all. We are running max suicides and we are at 200% health right now. Now, in a fight like this, I think it's really important. This is war. Again, it is off season, but we were really testing. So we're taking this quite seriously. In fact, I'm running, I think, a 20% green boost at the moment. And, we've already got Havoc down at 66% health. I even have the 3 passive shocks on. We're at 99%. I'm just baiting the specials from Havoc if I really needed to. Remember, Guardian has a power drain. It drains 20% of the opponent's current power. It does cost you 2 force fields, and I think that's one of the tricks with Guardian is managing those force fields, right? Because that's how you get that really big juicy SP2. But as we're about to see in the right matchups, you don't even need to worry about that. So we've gone through, we've thrown the SP3, we made our way all the way to that, and that's going to add 6 force field charges for us. That's how we're all the way up to 11. I think we're about to get to 12. Oh no, we lost one, so we're down to 10, but that's fine. So if we really got concerned about Havoc's power here, we could end a combo in a light. So your 4th light attack will drain 20% of Havoc's power. You'll lose 2 force field charges, but watch these fights and I think you'll see it's really not that big of a deal in high tier war here. We're doing plenty of damage. He doesn't crit, so he's a great option for rage, but we'll take a look at that in a fight a little bit later. When you're fighting Havoc, if you are going to throw that SP2, you want to make sure you throw a heavy before you throw that SP2 and have that window between the heavy and the SP2 be pretty close. The reason being is that you end up, if you have over 3 force field charges, you use your armor up buff in order to throw that massive SP2. So you want to have the additional armor up from the heavy. That way, if Havoc does detonate his plasma, I believe it's called, you're not going to take that massive damage. As you saw, that was 69 hits against an R3 Havoc. We're now coming in and we're going to be going up against this Domino on the fight counter lane. This is an strike counter. There's even a bit of a power drain there. This is a rank 3 Domino, tier 1 war. Is before I really understood and knew how to take the strike counters. I've recently learned that. since I joined for Loki, and it would have made it a lot more simple. But this is a great example of a tough fight against Domino. I mean, how many of us really enjoy fighting Domino? Because he's tech, he's never going to go unlucky, so I do not need to worry about that. You do still need to watch out to see if she goes lucky, right? And then we know to shorten our combos because she has that chance to evade. But our well-timed blocks are placing the shock damage on her. Our hits are doing shock damage. There's nothing she can do about that. I have already started to mess up the strike counter portion of this. So you see she has 9 fury buffs. But look at what's happening when we parry. We're getting those perfect blocks. There's no damage being done to us at all. We're at 90% health. We've been running full suicides here. We've thrown a special, and we're now 89% health because we just aren't taking damage. We're not taking the damage from the suicides due to his 79.98% bleed resist. We've landed the massive SP2. We built ourselves up to that, and we just absolutely destroyed her, even with her having the massive fury. I'm showing this fight because I wanted to show you Rage. He is a good option for Rage because of his non-critting. This HitMonkey has suicides on it, and I think that, that really, I'm not going to try to now say like, well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. He's not healing back. He's going to be throwing the specials because I'm baiting that SP1. We've shown a lot of JT showing us various ways on how to beat HitMonkey. But the reason I'm showing you this fight is he's a Guardian is a great option for the Rage node. But if and when you throw your SP2, now look, we're going to throw it and we're only going to have a few forceful charges. We're only going to have 3. Look at all of the fury stacks that HitMonkey is about to gain from our SP2. He's even going to go unblockable. So if you're going to use Guardian on a Rage node due to his non-critting ability, and you throw that SP2, make sure that SP2 kills your opponent. Otherwise, all of your work and all of your planning is going to go to waste because your opponent's going to go unblockable due to the massive amount of damage being done by that SP2. And then the last fight I wanted to show you, this is a power alternator, the steady build-up fury, so the damage potential from Havoc is going to be quite large. I'm trying my best to keep an eye on my power bar and his power bar. And just for fun, I thought I would take it noted with the strike back and with the ebb and flow here, just to see, if the fight drags on due to the protection, will Guardian still be able to hang in there? Will his damage mitigation abilities allow him to survive through? And I mean, I wouldn't be showing this if the answer was no, right? So we've thrown our SP1, which lands a taunt, meaning that I think that increases the chance for Havoc to throw his special by 70%, which he of course did. And that also, that SP1 gives us more force field charges for us to work with. It gains 3 force field charges, right? Now they're not permanent ones like the SP3, so that's the trade-off there. Guardian can even block unblockable specials from mutants, right? But I just still getting comfortable with that, so I felt comfortable. I'd rather just go ahead and do the evade. And we're just going in. I'm getting ready to potentially throw my SP2, so I did the heavy to get that second armor up buff. But at this point in the fight, I realized Guardian can do this. We're a minute into this fight, and he's already at like 50% health. You saw what happened there. You saw we threw the SP2 and the massive damage it did, but why I had triggered the additional armor up buff, because we had used the previous one to throw special, right? And this way, this protects us from Havoc's plasma detonation. So we're taking a pretty tricky here node against a fairly difficult defender, and it's even linked with ebb and flow. And our Guardian with suicides on, maybe a 10%, maybe a 20% green boost, I think I had some in the stash expiring, is going to finish this off in 2 minutes. I think we're about to come in here. This SP2 is not going to be massive because we don't have any force field charges, but it's going to do plenty. It's going to do plenty. Make sure you land the armor up first, and I cannot wait for book 2 to come out because I think this guy's going to be an absolute beast for it. He's going to be used in War this season. I can feel it. I really think so. And I can't wait to show you the videos. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked it. And if you've recently pulled Guardian, this is some of what you have to look forward to. I'm going to link our previous 2 videos on it. They're early for me, so be kind. And feel free to hit me up here on the comment section or join the Discord server where you have even better access. And there's a lot of really smart people on there answering questions. This guy's great. There's a lot to his kit. And I'm relieved and excited to see that he is definitely as great as I thought he was. Okay, take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter at VegaGaming583. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.